your friend. What you want call friend? What you want call friends? No for them boy, you know why you better than them.
Now my voice being, I could hit the Haitians. Watch who you calling friends, sweetie. Baby girl, baby boy, baby. Super excited to be back, London babes, and today what our video is about. I feel like the camera is not focused on my face. There's a lot happening with production today, y'all. It's not happening how I want it to. Like, I feel like the lighting is not there, but you know what, we're gonna record this and get it over with, because I refuse. I'm tired, y'all. Tired. What is up, London babes? It's your girl NINAA LONDYN, and we're back again with another video. And as you guys could tell by the title of the video, today we are talking about some tips, y'all. Some tips on how to spot them. Baby, because they be around. They be lurking. They be wanting to be heavy in your circle. They be wanting to see you. They be wanting to be next to you. They be right there. They be behind you. They be to the side of you. They be in front of you. Are you looking? Are you picking it up? Are you picking it up? Are you picking it up? So as you guys can tell by the title today, we're going to be talking about how to spot some tips on spotting fake friends. She is not your friend. He is not your friend. If that person is not for you, and that person is not loyal to you, okay? And one thing we're not doing, it's 2023, y'all. I feel like it's time to grow, and I feel like okay. If I said and I feel like one more time, but for real, like, it's 2023, and I still don't understand why people still decide to want to be around others if they know they're not really loyal to them. They're not, you know, they're not with them. But there's reasons, there's things behind it. There's reasons behind it, you know, and we have to do our best to spot these things, because it already hurts enough to, like, want, you know what I mean, like, to already go through the process of building with someone and going, you know, trying to build with people, and then to have to figure out that people aren't really there for you. It just, we're not doing that. So we want to spot them, because we're not trying to keep people around that's not positive for us, that's not helping us grow, because you're not trying to knock your blessings by having the wrong energy around you. Oh, let me say that again. Let me say that again. You are not trying to knock your blessings or block your blessings because of the people you have around you. Honestly, I could stop the video here. We could finish it here. Good night. Send me an email or something later. Let me know how that go, because we could really finish the video here. But you know what? I like y'all, so I'm gonna keep going. Why that picture keep falling? This picture keep falling. It's pissing me off, y'all. Okay, so I have a few tips here. And we're gonna get into them. Y'all. When I tell y'all I'm having production issues today, every time I move, something falling, pictures falling, lights falling. What's happening? We gonna keep it going though. First tip to spot if a friend is not loyal or, like, is not really for you. The first one is they only talk to you when it benefits them. Let me run that back, because I feel like I'm gonna be running stuff back today. They only talk to you when it is beneficial to them. All right, we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna try to give some examples for some of them is, like, really, like, I feel like it's in a sentence, you know. But I remember I'll give you some examples, and I also give, like, because I've been through stuff too, so y'all, I know I have some backstories. Y'all, I'm not gonna do story times, but I'm gonna give y'all a little snippet of the backstory. So when I say they only talk to you when they benefit them, I have an old friend of mine that I actually realized I was her venting friend. If everything was going well, she would not call me. But if anything was going wrong or she needed advice, because I'm always like the mother of the group, even if I could be the youngest person in the group, I'm always like the mother of the group. We always have that one person, you know, you get the advice from, you come to, you speak to, that has all the wisdom that God has bestowed upon me. But either way, so, and she knew that. She knew I had, like, you know, I'm always there. I give great advice. I'm a great listener. I tune in, I support. I could be going through hell and back, but I'm always pick up the phones for my friend and make sure that they're okay, you know. So she would only call me then. And when I say only call me then, I'm talking about it wouldn't even be, oh, hey, okay, you doing good? Okay, girl. Well, girl, and it would just be her venting. And I realized I was her venting friend. And I was like, oh, you're not like, you know, and she was only here or talking to me for what she could benefit from. You know, from my advice, benefiting from, you know, having someone that's a great listener. Because there's things that you don't find all the time in other people. So I realized she wasn't really friends with me because she was like friends with me. She was taking what she could take from me. And those are people that are only communicating with you when it's beneficial to them. Even like if they know what you could do for them, they're only gonna hit you up if you could get them into this event, or they're only gonna hit you up if you could connect them for this job. And they're gonna, you know, like, so they hit you up when they know there's things that you can do for them. That's when they're calling your phone. Well, baby, you don't have to change your number, but you definitely don't have to pick up the call. All right, can we normalize not picking up phone calls for the wrong person? But that's the first tip. So the second one, also, it kind of falls a little bit, it's close to the first one, but this one is only talks about themselves. Only talks about themselves. Like, it could be like this person could know you're going through stuff, and instead of calling you to check up on you to see how you're doing, or instead of calling you to check up, like, hey, do you need someone to talk to? Like, they call you and they talk about themselves, only what's going on with them. You don't really get a word in. And then once they're done, they're like, all right, cool, whatever. Like, they're only talking about themselves. And the reason why I say this shows that this person is not for you, because someone who cares for you is going to check up on you. Someone who cares for you is going to listen to you, who wants to hear about you. You have to understand that. So if this person is only concentrating on themselves, they do not care for you as much as you possibly care for them. And once again, baby, cut it off. Woo! Y'all, listen, y'all gonna hear me say cut them off, cut it off, cut ties this whole video multiple times, okay? Because one thing I truly believe in, I will stop the conversation right where it was at and leave it right there. That's the best thing you have to do in life. And it's hard. It's easier said than done. Don't get me wrong. This is hard to do. But once you start to notice certain things, especially these tips that I'm giving you guys, once you start to pick up on these tips, you gotta do what's better for you. And that's just the world we live in. You gotta do what's better for you. So the third tip, my brain did not calculate 3 just now. So the third tip that I have for you guys, and if you see me look down, I have the notes on my handy dandy telephone. So the third tip I have for you guys is they always downplay your accomplishments. Let me say that again. They always downplay your accomplishments. And if we pay, here's a tip, not on how to like spot them, but a tip that will help you see this. And let's count this as also a little bonus. If you pay very close attention to the words that people use, the specific words that they're using, you'll be able to pick up on a whole lot of things. We tend to just not do that, because when we're talking with someone, we're cool with someone, we tend to not do that. But if someone like, oh, you get a job, like, oh yeah, like, oh, she just got her little job, whatever, a little job, you know, they kind of like downplay it. Or like if you say something about like, oh my god, like, I just got this job, they're paying me this much. Well, girl, my job is paying me this much. Like, I'm like, okay, that's your job, but like, why downplay what I'm doing? Why downplay? Because we're all at our own step, we're all in our own level, doing our own things and going to where we need to go. So it's like, your friends should be happy for you. You understand what I'm telling you? Like, so they should never be downplaying your accomplishment, downplaying. Because me, I believe, like, one thing I do a lot, I celebrate small wins, and I make sure I do this for my friends too. I don't care if you text me and you like it, we'll celebrate it all, celebrating passing the test, celebrating everything, like, to all the little things, because you have to do that. Like, if this is gonna be your friend, this is something like they're accomplishing, why not celebrate them? Why not bring it up with them? Why downplay what they're doing as if it doesn't hold value? And that's how you know this person doesn't really care for you, or could also have some type of jealous or animosity towards you, because, or envy, because they're trying to downplay or belittle the things that you're doing, you know? I hope you know. I hope you get it. So the fourth tip, y'all, my brain working this time, 4. So the fourth tip is that they're never there or they ever support you. And I feel like you know who this is. You know who this is. You know the person who don't support. You know, if you're doing your own business, you know the person who's not even reposting. If you're online, like, for example, I'm online, I know I post content. You'll know the person who's seeing your content and that person don't comment, or they don't like, but they're supposedly your friend. They won't support what you do. They won't support your business. And this is close to like downplaying, but instead of them just downplaying, they're just blatantly not there. They're just not supporting. And also not there by like, if they know you're going through something, they don't check in. They're not there for you. And also if you try to open up to them, or you try to tell them you're going through something, they have a judgmental tone. You know, instead of being there to be there for you, it's more like a, you know, like they're trying to like, what are you doing? Are you really my friend? Do you really, like, are you here for me? Because my friend would listen to me right now. My friend would support what I'm doing right now. My friend will be here for me. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. We all have lives. We all are adults. We all go through things. I get it. You might not be there for every dinner or every, like, you know, girls' night or talk stuff. Like, I get it. It's not possible to be there for every single event. But there are moments when you know, and we all know there's specific moments in life when you know when you need a friend, and those friends know you need them, and they don't show up. They do not care for you the way you care for them. And that is just that. Like, let that just be that, baby. The 5th tip, y'all, is they bring you around to make themselves look better or feel better. Yeah, they bring you around to make themselves look better or feel better. And what I mean by that, like, there's some people that have like certain insecurities, and they feel like if they hang out with a specific person, that person will help them look better, or that person like could know like you have connections to something, so they know if they're next to you, like you're like a door opener, like, so they're only trying to benefit off what they can get from you, and like how, you know, you make them look better, but they're not really bringing anything to the table for you. Or they're not trying to help you grow like that. They're trying to see what they can take from you to help themselves grow. So that's the only reason why they're bringing you around. Okay, so the other one, look, I'm gonna have all the little faces because no tea, no shade. It's just the truth. So the other one that we have, this is this 6. I don't know how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, I do know how to count, y'all. So the 6th one we have is they treat you different from like your true friends. Like, let's say, you know how you have like a best friend, you have people that you're close with, and you have one person that like the way they treat you or the way they communicate with you, the way they talk to you just doesn't seem right. Or you see how they are with their other friends and you see how they treat you, and that, listen, sometimes you got to pay attention to that, because it'll show like, or you see this person say, oh my god, like, you know, this, or you see them with the other friends and how they are, how they move, how they laugh, you know what I mean, like how just how they operate. But then like when it comes to you, they talk a little bit more hostile, or they're like a little bit more sharp, or, you know, they might be a little bit more, sometimes people get a little bit more disrespectful towards one person, like, you know, or they just move different, like they just move different around you, and that person just probably isn't being their true selves around you, and there's probably a reason behind that. There's probably a reason behind that. And that's something like, some of these things, there's some of these that where if you have someone that you do care about, or you've been around for a while, I get it, you can open up and have these conversations. Some of these things I do feel like if I notice, it's snip it off. But this is one of those things, like I feel like if you feel like this person is like, the way they're treating you is a lot different from the way you see them, you know, really move, or the way you know you should be treated, I definitely say you could open up or talk about that, depending on how drastic it gets or how you feel about it. But that's definitely something you could also have a conversation like, hey girl, this, you know, this and that, this is how you move, this is how you treat me, and I don't appreciate this, and you can open up to them about that. But if they're treating you different and from how you feel like you should be treated, or how your other true friends treat you, I will pay attention to that, because something about how they feel about you is a little off. It's a little off. Number 7, they are never happy for you. Never truly genuinely happy for you. Listen, I have shared news with different people before, and I know what it's like. Like, I know if I pick up the phone and I call D, I know if I pick up the phone and I call Namie, call Izzy, like I know I know, like, and that's, I'm not naming all of my friends, like this is just the names I just, last people I just spoke to, but like I know, like I know the reaction I'm gonna get. You know what I mean? Like I know when someone is generally happy, like the way they smile, like they celebrate, like the win just happened to them. Because in reality, your friends, when you win it too, we all win it, baby. But they celebrate like you would have thought like they just signed that contract, they just got that check, they just got that gig, they just got an opportunity. Like they celebrating like this just happened to me. You know, like hype. And then there's some people you go to and you're like, oh my god, I just did it. Just like, oh okay, I guess that's cool. Oh okay, right, whatever. Oh, okay. Or like if you pay attention, like I was saying before, you'll hear them go like, oh my god, like stuff like that always happens to you. Why don't happen to me? Why you comparing? This actually leads us straight into the next point, which is the 8th tip. And the 8th tip is they compare themselves to you. Baby, once they start comparing, this is not school, this is not a book, this is not something. Once they start comparing, if you see them constantly comparing themselves to you, comparing what, like, either like the type of jobs y'all do, the type of like places y'all go, you know what I mean, like what you guys are able to do with your time, like once they start comparing, like, oh my god, like, oh, you always do this and I can't do that, or like, oh my god, like you want to do this and I want to do this too, like, or they're constantly comparing. The reason why I say watch out for that is because after a while that can turn into jealousy, that can turn into envy. Like you want to be very, very careful, because those things, like once they start, okay, like damn, like it's not really a genuine, like they're getting happy for you, they're constantly saying, well, you're getting this, you're getting this, you're getting this, she's getting this, she's getting this, that could turn a little dangerous after a while. I would be very careful of that. So if they're constantly trying to compare, or like, you know, like compare themselves, or compare where they're bringing you down to hype themselves up, like, oh my god, like you only did this, like, oh, you only did 2 things today, girl, I did 5 things, my day was so productive. Like, okay, well, I had to do 2 things. You don't know how long it took for me to do those 2 things, and you could have did 5. That's fine. Like we did different things in our day, like just little, those are little example. And of course, like little things that you have to pay attention to, because they'll be the little sentences, they'll be the little comparisons, they'll be the little tiny little things that they're saying that will actually have a very big, you know, really show you how they really mean. But if they're comparing themselves in a way to either like, oh my god, you're either wanting to do what you do, or trying to like belittle what you're doing, like we were saying again, belittling again, to then bring themselves back up, no comparing. So the 9th tip the 9th tip is if they are not loyal to anyone else. Look, I get it, some people out there like, oh my god, like they only have one best friend or one close friend and everyone else is, I understand that, but there's a certain way you still are with other people. And if you see that they are just straight up not loyal to the people that they're still hanging out with, they're moving with, they're calling friends, like they're like, you know, like, I mean, they're outside, they look like the best of friends, and they're coming to you like, oh, I can't hang with this person or this person, do this, and you just see how they're not loyal, or they're gossiping about that person to you. If you see they're not loyal to anyone else, baby, they're probably not loyal to you either. Oops. I'm just saying. Like, I get it, we all want to be like, oh, well, that's my best friend, real bad, and it's only the 2. I understand that, but if they're not loyal to anyone else, I would probably watch out, because I mean, that person is just not a loyal person in just as a whole. And if someone is not loyal and they're just not a loyal person, what's the point? Because listen, okay, so that was the 9th tip. And like I told y'all before, I'm going to always have a little bonus. So the bonus is tip number 10, and I feel like this is the main one. If they are trying to compete with you, baby, run fast. You seen Get Out? You seen how it was swerve them and kept going? Do just like that. Clear it. If they're trying to compete with you, if like, oh, like you got this bag, they gonna get a bigger bag. Or you did this job, they want to do a bigger job. Or you working with this company, they want to go work with a company like that. Like, if they feel like, if you see that they're low key in a competition with you in their mind, step on out. Step on out. Step on out. Let that be. Let them compete with themselves somewhere else. And I would just slowly just start to back away from that person. Just back away to conversation. Just, but yes, y'all, that's 10 tips, because y'all know I'ma always give y'all a bonus. I'm not picking random stuff up. But yeah, so I hope you don't have anyone around you that's acting like this. Like I was saying, my camera just shut off. I hope you don't have anybody around you that's acting like this. I hope all your friends are true and loyal and loving. I really hope they are. But if they're not, if you do have people around you that are acting like this, baby, it is better to have a strong 1, 2, 3, 4 people around you than it is to have a group of people that can end up putting you in a dangerous situation, that can end up blocking your blessings because their energy is so negative around you that you're consuming constantly. It is just so much better to just grow properly. Like, and I know getting rid of friendships and stopping, like, it's hard. It's like a relationship. It is someone you get used to, and you have to then create a new norm with this person not in your life. Like, it's not completely easy. Trust me, I know I have went through my share of friendship breakups this last year, and baby, I'm cool. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. So please, and what I mean by that is just like, it's okay. It's okay to have to remove this person. And if you're noticing these things and you're picking up on these things, like I said, some things are some things I feel like some people and some things deserve conversation. You could sit down and have a conversation. And some things, if you're picking up or you're noticing, or like you're just know that, oh, this person is competing, or this person is doing certain things, or this person might have like a jealous feeling towards me, or this person might have some people might even have a hatred towards you. Some people might be moving around you like they're really your friend, and if you really pay attention, it's like it's not real. Like, or they might be trying to make you change your personality, or something about you that I know. Somebody I stopped communicating with, actually, close little thing, that was one of the things, like, where she was like, oh my god, you're always so nice, you're so polite to people, why are you like that? Like, you can't just like be mean, you can't just like give like straight answers. And I'm just like, but why should I change who I am? Like, why does that bother you so much that I have a nice personality, that I'm polite? I shouldn't be polite. Like, it was just like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, well, you're always just like, oh, you could just be mean to people. Like, and it's just the thing, like, the person was upset because, like, I give good energy, I get good energy back. So this person was upset about how, like, some people were treating me. But it's like, if I'm not, it's so much. But y'all, listen, once you pick up on it, you pick up on it, and you better go to that kitchen, pick up a garbage bag, throw that friendship in there, put it on your back, walk on outside, and throw it in the garbage, because it's time to go. But yeah, guys, so those are 10 tips on how to, you know, those are 10 signs. So those are 10 signs that person is not for you, that person is not your friend. And I hope you end up having great, loyal, amazing, supportive people around you. Thank you for coming back to my channel and watching another video. Ooh. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below if you had a moment that took off with a friend that like that happened, that you just like, I don't think that person was for me. I don't think that person was really my friend. Comment down below. I want to know, because they be out here, girl. They be out here playing. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.